Okay.
All right.
Serious
all right,
now. Come on, Noor. Stop it.
All right.
Welcome to the Ottolenghi Test Kitchen YouTube channel,
We're starting off with an OTK series called What's for Dinner?
where we are tackling the big question, which is
What's for dinner? We're going to be featuring a bunch of delicious recipes from our new Ottolenghi Test Kitchen cookbook, Shelf Love.
Should I get the book?
Yes, that'd be great, because you're taller than me.
No sorry. It's packed full of delicious recipes and flavors in true Ottolenghi tradition. And we are really kind of discovering our kitchen. We're going to look on all the shelves, into the fridge, the freezer, your veg box, just to find all the ingredients that are hiding there for us to put to really good use.
We're going to be choosing 5 people at random who like, subscribe, and comment on this video. And we're going to give you a free copy of the Shelf Love book.
Free book.
I know. Let's get cooking. Welcome to the OTK YouTube channel.
I'm coming. I just needed a cookie
All right,
from the jar that fills itself.
we should get started.
Should we get started?
Do you think it's a sin if I added curry powder to a cauliflower cheese?
No, I think cauliflower cheese was waiting for the curry powder all those years.
All right, so today we're making a cauliflower cheese phyllo pie, which is basically cheese lava in phyllo form.
It is like a volcano of bechamel and cheese.
It is really quite
with
intense.
cauliflower inside, so it's that. And then
It's
obviously you need to make a bechamel. So we've got the cauliflower in, seasoned with curry powder and drizzled with oil, salt and pepper. And that should take about up to 25 minutes to roast. And then we're making a bechamel, or Noor is making bechamel. We're melting butter, we're adding flour, we're cooking it out a little bit, and then we just start adding milk slowly until it becomes thick. And then you can just add cheese or not add cheese, and
To add cheese or
it's
not
good.
to
So
cheese.
to cheese or not to cheese, or
Is that a question? So I always find like with recipes, I think people like feel like this is the recipe and that's it. I have to follow the recipe, and I can't deviate it from it. And if there's something I don't have, then I'm not making it. I'm not doing it.
people panicking, right?
Yeah. What we're really trying to encourage everyone to do in Shelf Love is just kind of to like be kind of creative with what you have in your kitchen, and just be like, well, if I don't have this, then I'll just use this. And if I don't have macaroni, then I'll just use. Oh my God, I don't have. So you don't have to add curry powder. So if you were like, oh my God, I don't have curry powder.
Although everybody has curry powder.
Everyone does have curry powder. Like, let's not. But you could use something else from our. I mean, Aleppo chili and cumin.
That would be
nice.
really, really nice.
But it's turmeric for color. Maybe
That's
you could
right.
go
Or
like.
you can go like paprika kind of chili, so it's kind of it goes all nice and red, and that would be really nice with
that would be
tiny bit of
delicious.
tomato paste.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that would be really nice.
My bechamel is really starting to thicken up now. I turn down the heat so that the bottom doesn't scorch. I'm just gonna finish the bechamel, so I'm just gonna crush some garlic straight into it. And then obviously I've turned off the heat now because it's kind of ready. I'm also adding cheddar cheese, mature cheddar, but I guess you could use any kind of other cheese. If you're like, oh my God, I don't have cheddar, you could use Lancashire cheese.
Lancashire cheese,
Lancashire is a cheese. That's a cheese we don't really use very
Not
much.
a lot, and it's so nice.
What else? You could also use like Gruyere, I guess. If you wanted to, I guess that would be more like sophisticated though. I'm not sure kids would love Gruyere.
My kids don't like Gruyere. Some English mustard.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper.
Here we
Thank
go.
you. So I guess the thing with phyllo is that it's quite dainty, isn't it?
It's
So you have
dainty
to
and
be
it tends to dry because it's so thin. So it's good to keep it out under a kind of slightly wet cloth.
Usually if you go to like a Middle Eastern store, you know they have good phyllo because they make lots of baklava.
Baklava.
I say baklava. That's the correct way to say it. So I'm just melting it. I'm also gonna add a bit of olive oil to it as well.
Okay. Butter tends to burn at a lower temperature than oil. So the olive oil goes in And when you bake it in the oven, it gets really hot.
Yeah.
It won't burn.
I even
you
do
a
it
grassy.
with baklava. I do it. I add a bit of olive oil.
Yeah.
Because not everyone does that. They
Can
do
I have the
sometimes.
butter?
Oh yeah. Of course.
You're just hoarding the
I
butter.
was just making sure it melted for you. It's all melty. So you also want to make sure that you have your vessel ready, which is lined with parchment paper on the bottom and the sides, so your filo doesn't stick.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's,
right. It's really important to
yeah.
line.
And a spring form is the best, because then you can just click it out.
So we're going to do it in a few stages. So I'm going
Yeah.
to take this and kind of layer it here. And you want it to pop over the edge this way.
So we're going to use about 6 sheets, but I guess if you feel like your filo is super dainty and thin, you can use up to like, I'd say 8, maybe 7 or 8. And the butter also kind of helps the sheets stick together. Otherwise they'll just kind of be like, meh, and they won't like,
Meh.
yeah.
So you turn your tin a bit and you go to the next layer. So essentially you turn the tin as you layer it with the filo. So you get this kind of overlapping, equal overlapping all around the tin. And you want to press the edges down to the corners.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the cauliflower, isn't it?
It is. Sorry, behind you, Hawk. So this has been in for 22 minutes. So that's just enough to kind of, it's cooked through, but it's not like soggy. That's why people don't like cauliflower, I think, because maybe like cauliflower cheese is their first experience and they're like, oh, evil vegetable.
The wrong kind of cauliflower cheese, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That draping will look really nice when we bake, because that's kind of like that. That's the filo effect, where the pie comes out of the oven and you see that beautiful brown, crunchy, crispy drapes of filo.
It's the best bit. We're gonna go in with half of the bechamel, and then we're gonna top it with a cauliflower. And then you're just gonna go in straight with your cauliflower pieces.
In the most random way.
It doesn't have to be perfect. And then, yeah, hit me up with the last
I'll
bechamel.
hit you up with that bechamel.
Just one last. There we go.
One last lick.
One last lick. And then you just kind of want to like, I mean, it'll spread naturally when it's baking, but just, you know, just to make sure it's all up in there. You're gonna remove the ring halfway through baking, so you don't want it kind of over the ring, because then it will just break off. And then make sure you have a bit of butter and olive oil left over, because then you just drizzle that all over the exposed pastry to make sure it gets all nice and golden.
Cool.
All right, yeah. And then you want to put it on like a flat baking sheet, because if there is any spillage or oozage, it's not fun to clean up. And yeah, straight into the oven. Yotam, you know what time it is? It's shelf reflection time.
Shelf reflection, I love that.
Yes. So,
Did we get any questions?
I just asked some people on Instagram if they have questions, and yeah, we got loads. Favorite random food or flavor combination?
Okay. Do you have one?
I do. Do you remember once I created this black lime recipe?
You always do black lime, so it's not once or twice, it's like 100 times.
A lot. Okay, but this is the first time I did this, okay?
Okay.
I ground black limes and I added brown sugar,
Oh yes.
and it tasted like the coating of sour Skittles.
Cardamom, tomato, and lime. And I just love those three things together. And I don't think it's crazy, but people don't think of them as kind of working
Yeah, I think people
together.
don't think of cardamom so much in that sense.
They
like-
think about it in sweets.
Yeah. What is your favorite breakfast recipe?
I love making a really good French toast for my kids. So
Really?
stale bread, yeah.
I did not expect you to say that.
No?
No.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do it a lot. Stale bread in milk and egg,
Yeah.
fry it, and then I put sugar on at the end and
Cinnamon
caramelize
sugar?
it. Cinnamon sugar, and I caramelize it so it really burns in the pan. And they love it, and I can't resist it.
Flatbread brushed with olive oil and za'atar, and then just put in the oven so it like bakes. It's like the Middle Eastern pizza. and that with like a hard-boiled egg and some salad, and yeah.
And we're going to feature a lot of that
Yeah,
on this
we do.
program, in this show.
Yeah. All right, I think that's all we have for self-reflection at the moment. So,
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, Noor, that is just so beautiful. And smells everything. Oh, I think we can take it out, actually. Oh, we need to take the ring off, don't we?
It's time to take out the ring. It's been
It's
like
time to take out the
30
ring.
minutes.
It looks... Oh, wow. It's already looking amazing.
It's looking great. So what are you about
I'm
to
just
do?
gonna take this ring off, just because the sides, I just said that at this point it's set, but we want to cook the sides a bit more, so I'm just gonna break this little bit of paste and just lift it up gently.
Oh yeah, you can see the sides haven't really taken on the color that the top has. So
Not the same level of color. So if I put it back in the oven for like another 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
With
Should
the
we
cauliflower cheese, we're gonna make a nice fresh salad, yeah?
Yes. And if you hear any rustling, Chaya is in a pool of garlic over there. She's on a roll. Chaya also likes garlic. So I was thinking like maybe like a lemony, yogurty dressing, because then, you know, it'll be like nice and sharp and like exactly what you want with a cauliflower
You had
cheese
me at
pie.
lemon and you had me at yogurt.
Exactly. So it's like I know you.
You're just mixing yogurt with lemon juice.
And a bit of olive oil, maybe salt and pepper. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and seeing what happens.
Here's our green salad, and you can really use anything you've got in the fridge to do that. You want something crisp or crunchy, like a lettuce, like a radish, like a cucumber. You want something oniony,
Yeah.
like garlic, like spring onion, like red onion, and you want something creamy.
And if it's a Noor salad, something herby.
Something herby, yeah. Definitely, no, I will also
And a
take the
Yotam
herbs,
salad.
yeah.
And lemon, definitely something sharp as well.
Sharp, lemon, vinegar, both.
Sumac.
Oh my goodness. It's ready and it looks so
Wow.
gorgeous. Look at that. Look at those colors.
That's one centerpiece.
Oh my goodness. That looks good.
Oh, there's that crunch.
Noor, give me some of that.
I mean, I don't know how this is gonna happen, but I guess you
because-
just have to embrace the mess, right?
Embrace the mess,
It is
embrace the
lava
mess.
after all.
I'll put a little leaf of healthy stuff here.
If I eat it in a lettuce cup, does that make it?
Oh my gosh, this is
It balances
this
it all
balances
out.
everything.
Oh, it just came out of nowhere. When you get onion with the cauliflower, that's when it's the best, because it's like
And this
raw and oniony. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can find all the links to the recipes and everything else you need in the description below.